She's just going to pop out over there now. I've never seen her before. This is so cool. What a beautiful cat. Now, they say it's Thandi, but I have absolutely no idea what Thandi even looks like. Yeah, sorry about that. There's a branch under that car. Has been doing lots of off-roading, as you can see. So I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, you all have to help me and help me confirm if it is indeed Thandi or not. She needs to cross onto our property. Please, girl, come this way. Come this side. And then hopefully we'll get another view of her. We're just going to have to play patient. I'm not going too far. As you can see, we've parked right out of the way. We've got a camera we can zoom in. There are already 3 vehicles here. It is a boundary, so you are allowed to have 4 cars. However, I don't like to put any pressure on the cats. I don't think it's necessary. We're lucky we see lots and lots of cats on a regular basis. So as soon as she crosses onto our property, it'll be great because we'll basically have it all to ourselves. I think Mike will maybe come and join us, maybe one other car. But everyone seems to be quite far away down in the eastern corner, not the eastern corner, in the northern corner, looking for lions. So we just have to wait for her. But if you can, hashtag Safari Live, if you can confirm that brief view we had is Thandi. We're quite now. There's a very nervous crested Franklin just ran across the road. I think what's happening now is I think that she is in fact having a drink. Look here, here's another crested Franklin. Also quite nervous. Obviously they know that there's a leopard around here. Now we're going to lose her. She's just disappearing around here. Let's see if we can get a view. Thanks, Mike. I somehow managed to copy that. My radio's on scan. Copy, thank you. Just want to have a look to see if we're going to go in here because it turns into Little Gowrie, and unfortunately we can't drive onto Little Gowrie. Just want to follow her from the road and just figure out where she's going. There she is. Thanks, guys. I'm just going to hang back on the boundary and see where she goes. So she's just coming through the trees now. Megan, any confirmation yet? Perfect. Kyle, you've said that you think it is Thandi. Well, that's really good if it is. I'll be so happy about that. Now, it looks like she's maybe on the lookout for something. Can you see that? She's looking, she's searching for all sorts of creatures. I don't know where Tumba is or where he's been. Ah, thank you, James. You have indeed confirmed that it is Thandi. Wonderful. My first sighting of her. Woohoo! So much like with the leopards. It's really great. Now, you're going to have to take lots and lots of pictures for me. Let me get up ahead again and find the next gap. Take lots of screenshots, of course, so I can have a look at them. Remember to hashtag Safari Live. There she goes. Maybe she comes through here. I can't see her. I'm really hoping she just keep coming north. Keep coming north. Now, of course, we can't control the movements of where these animals are going to go. We just got to hope that they come to the right spot. So we're just going to keep finding little gaps and things like that. She's still making her way through here. I want to see if I can spot her spots. It's a bit thick. Let me see if we can't get another gap. Look through here. Let's just have a look. She's just coming through there somewhere. I've lost her now. But we should be able to hopefully spot her again. No. Has she gone further ahead already? I think. Oh no, here she comes. There she is. Just walking through that gap. Can you see her? There we go. Now I know it's not the greatest view just yet. But she's coming closer and closer towards Gowrie Main. We'll get there eventually. Like I said, we just want to give her room. Hello, Harry. Good, thanks, and yourself. Morning, everyone. There you go, just saying good morning to Ari and his guests, who I'm sure are smiling from where they were. I just saw white teeth as they drove past me. They're very happy that they got to start their morning off with a leopard. So we'll just let her keep coming this way. Come on, girl. She might go down and into the Mulwati. We're not too far away from there. So we'll see what she gets up to. Where's she gone now? She stopped. I think we'll stay in this spot because there is another little gap. And that's what we are relying on. I couldn't even get the word relying on. Hear the bird starting to shout now, an alarm. There she goes. Just saw her tail. She's just, you should see her coming from the left-hand side of your screen. There she is. How cool is this? She's looking for something, definitely. Now, this is also, again, a great area. We've been chatting quite a bit about it through the last few weeks now, how as winter comes about, all the animals start to move down to the greener areas, and that's, of course, around the drainage line. So her chances have now increased a whole bunch more for her if she comes down here, if she goes into there. There's lots of birds shouting, though. It sounds like there's some green woodhoopoes. They're not very happy about her, and they're giving away her presents. We're going to try and stick with Thandi now. Hopefully she comes across. Let's go across to Ali, who's having so much luck with the hyenas. Woohoo! She's just crossed onto Djuma, everybody. So we're going to just tell the guys on the other side. We'll actually tell them in a moment, but let's keep up with her. I'm going to just keep going, otherwise we're going to lose her in this thick stuff. We know how thick it gets. It's going to low range. She's going towards Leadwood Road now, if I can get the car to drive. Yes, we're going to drive. This is fantastic news. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know where Tumba is or where he's been at the moment. So I don't know if he's on Chitwa somewhere, if she's going for a hunt, maybe she's going back to find him. I'm not 100% certain. But this is going to be really tricky now because she's heading towards this drainage line. We're actually not too far away from where Gwen's den used to be. It's just around here. So she's basically heading towards this fire break. But we won't be able to drive down in there. Let's keep going. Let's see. There was also some impala alarming just a moment ago, but she didn't seem to be too bothered by them. She completely ignored them, and they were quite close. Obviously because she'd been spotted. There's no point going after something when you have, well, had your presents given away. There she is. How great was that? So patient definitely work. I also need to get hold of Mike, though, desperately, because he was the one that helped me with the sighting. Mike for Tayla. We'll try and stick with her. Let's see, she's on that log. No, there she is. Oh, there she is. Mike. There she goes again. Mike, come towards Leadwood Road. She's on Djuma now, but she's moving through Makulu Klatin. She's going north. Thanks, Mike. Okay, I was just quickly panicking. I was worried that we were going to lose her. Let's go back around the boundary road onto Gari Main. Sorry, it's obviously a bit thick here. Let's see if we can catch her. Right, this might be quite nice. Where are you going, Thandi girl? Okay, let me just check. Mike says he's got her again. Mike, does she look like she's going down into the drainage line? Okay, copy. I'm coming in. Okay, so she's still going through here. Just need to find a gap back onto the fire break. She's just here. I just want to go a little bit further forward. There we go. Just got a little view of her. So now I need to turn my radio off. It's too loud. I can't concentrate with the voices that I hear from Megan. Turn down radio. There we go. Walking right in front of the car. How great is that? What a beautiful girl. Now, she's also not particularly big. So where's Tayla? I'm out the car now. I'm laying completely flat. It's not in the way. The headless safari guide. That's so nice. She doesn't look overfed. She looks like she could probably eat, but she also doesn't look very thin either. I didn't see a lot of that excess skin. Okay, Mike's saying we can go. That's very kind of him. Ooh. Let's go. Memes, you said, is she looking for some kind of husband these days? Maybe. It was quite interesting, the sighting that Ali, of course, had. She's marking a territory at the moment with her and Tingana, where it looked like she was maybe being a bit flirty. This is what actually Dylan said. Brent's brother, who works at Chitwa. He says, I think he was there earlier, and he said that she looked very, very flirty. So maybe she's coming into estrus slightly earlier. It wouldn't surprise me. We see this often with leopards. They don't all, like I said, they don't always keep their cubs for as long as they should. Come on, girl, where are you going to go? I'm glad she's walking on the fire break. We will give Mike a turn now once we get a spot to pull over. We'll let him come through. We're going to have to play leapfrog, of course. We help each other out like this. So I'm going to pull up and over and let the leopard move around. So no, I don't think she's necessarily looking for a husband. And as we sit here, Josh, you're wondering if she's in another leopard's territory. Well, this was Karula's territory. Let me just tell Mike, you can carry on. You're welcome to jump in front. Here we go. We'll just watch her go around the corner, and then we'll let Mike take the lead. So, yes, Josh, she is in another leopard's territory, but unfortunately, Karula's not around anymore, so it's vacant. There is a lot of competition now at the moment, seeing who is going to get this piece of prime property. So it's between Shadow and her new cub, and then of course Thandi. They seem to be the two that are battling it out. Well, there hasn't been a battle, but we often see their tracks all overlapping. And then of course you've got Hosana and Shongile also moving through the land that their mother once had. So it'll be interesting to see who actually gets it, who stakes their claim. Maybe they just divide it down the middle and they have half and half, which would be quite nice. Though I don't know if that's really going to happen, because leopards aren't kind like that. Like I always say, nature's quite cruel. But this is really just amazing to be able to follow a spotted cat. That was the last thing that I thought we were going to see. I thought I was going to have to wait another year before I could actually have a look at Thandi. So, whew, finally. Goodness, what a big relief. Now I've seen most of the leopards that I really want to see. I think we're going to play leapfrog again. Just that Mike's guests are all taking a couple of pictures. Ryan, you said she looks like she's on such a mission this morning. She is on a mission. She's marking her territory as she goes. She hasn't called or anything just yet. So I don't know if she's looking for Tumba. Like I said, I'm not 100% certain as to where Tumba is. We'll just see where she's gone. We'll jump through, we'll quickly take the lead again, and then we'll do this. We'll pull off on the side and we'll let Mike come through. And like I said, it's really nice when we do have the opportunities to play leapfrog like this. She's going straight towards the Mulwati now. I didn't actually get a chance to check twin dams, so I don't know if there are any impala around there. There's a squirrel on the road. That's what she's looking at. Probably about 50 meters ahead of her. It's just running. That's what she's spotted. The squirrel doesn't know that she's there, completely oblivious. Look this way, squirrel, and then you will see a leopard, but she's standing completely still. Look at that. Oop, crouching. I don't think the squirrel's going to come all this way. I'll be very surprised. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's not a very clever squirrel. But she's laying flat in the ground. See, now she doesn't look like a predator. When she was standing up, that shape of her body was very, very easy to pinpoint. So laying flat, the squirrel's just up to there. Oh my goodness, I really want to move, but I can't move now. I want Mike to come and see. No, it's gone off of the road. Let's see what she's going to do next. The squirrel is now up and on a little tree. She's watching it. And I think that tree is covered in thorns, so it wouldn't be a good one to go pouncing on top. Now, this wouldn't really be a meal for her. This would be a little power bar, you know, just sort of like grabbing a carrot stick or a celery, and then off you go on your way. She would devour it very quickly and then keep going on about her mission. I can't see the squirrel now. I think it's just run off to the left. But let's see. It might just be chasing the sun. Because it is so cold this morning, we've been seeing it every day. The animals are looking for sun to try and warm themselves up. I think she's still seen it. I don't know if the squirrel's now on the little logs. Obviously I don't want to move now because I don't want to give her position away. And we know how scared the squirrels are of the cars. So if I start my car, I know that the squirrel's going to run. I'll just run. But isn't that amazing that a fully grown leopard is still enticed by something like a squirrel, and she knows how important it is to continuously keep her belly filled, even if it is just with small little snacks. That's what young leopards do. That's what they rely on when they disperse from their mother. It's a very tough life for the first couple of months after that, figuring out how to actually hunt larger game. Come on, girl, what are you going to do? The squirrel hasn't alarmed, so I don't think it knows that she's there. But it also may have found another spot to sun itself on the branches. She doesn't seem to be looking in that direction anymore. I'm going to tell Mike he can just come and drive up next to me if he likes, because it should be fine if he comes from the back. You tell Mike that Leadwood Road is here. Okay. He's on the radio to Lex, I think. Jenny Animation, you say, what patience for an energy bar? Exactly. 100%. So much energy is put, so much patience is put into it. I mean, I've completely changed my whole outlook on leopards now after what Mvula did, waiting the entire night to try and catch a warthog. Then to be showed up by the warthog is serious patience. So yes, I was going to see Mike and want to get his attention. Sorry, I'm just looking back. I want him to come and pull up next to us. I think, Seb, let me pull off to the side just slightly. She's not stalking that squirrel anymore. As you can see, her body posture is changed slightly. So I'm going to pull off here, and then Mike can sit in the middle of the road, because we don't need much of a view. We've got the camera, it's positioned quite high, so we can also look down, and then Mike can also turn his car so that all his guests can come and see. But you can see her just sitting there. It is always tough to try and navigate and try and get a good spot that everybody can view, but now that she's not too worried about that squirrel anymore, it's okay. I wonder if she maybe hasn't seen something else also into the distance. That's a possibility. Maybe a scrub hare or a steenbok or duiker lurking around here, going about their morning. Because none of the birds have even alarmed, and there's quite a few birds around here. There's drongos flying overhead a moment ago, some hornbills, and none of them have screamed leopard, leopard, leopard. Well, not yet. That could still potentially happen. Gillian, it's great to hear from you. You've said that you love the way that they flatten themselves out like this. It is, and it's so important to get down low when you are a big cat, or actually any of the cat species when it comes to stalking. Because the lower you are, especially if it's short grass or on an open road like this, like I was saying earlier, you stop looking like a big predator. Because when you stand up, you show yourself, and you do become... Sorry, what is she looking at? See her tail's twitching now? I don't know what she's maybe seen. There's a few birds edging closer to her, hopping about the trees. So I hope they don't give her presents away now. So laying flat down on the ground like this is very important. And my best thing I've ever seen is actually watching lions stalk in the shortest grass you've ever seen. Bellies flat on the ground and literally just creeping forward, almost like they're moving their toes to grip the ground. And then they'll slide themselves forward, not raising their bodies at all. And that's really impressive. I didn't also, until I'd had this particular sighting, I never knew that a lion could honestly flatten its body to the ground. So leopards, obviously you've heard the word leopard crawling. I think that leopards do it best. They're also much smaller than a lion too. So it is a little bit easier for them. You see that little prenia just fly across the screen as well. So it's edging closer and closer to us, so it knows it's there. Why haven't you alarmed just yet? Unusual. It's not like that little bird would be fearing for its life. It's much smaller, and it's quite easy for it to hop around in the tops of the thorny trees. It's actually getting quite cheeky. I'm just watching it bounce about. Maybe she's just having a little rest. Do you see where I'm looking, Seb? Just in there. There it is. Yeah, you got it. Well done. Hello, naughty. Sitting right on the edge. Very sweet little bird. Why are you not shouting? looking down at it. You see, it's actually watching the leopard. Probably about 6 foot away from that leopard, not very far, like 6 feet away. And off it goes. It's decided it's no more fun. I'm still scanning in the distance to see if she has seen anything. But nothing just yet. We must have I think we've actually already passed Leadwood Road. So this fire break then goes straight into the Mulwati. We won't be able to go down this fire break. We'll actually have to go all the way around and go through it if she does keep heading that way. But that actually worked out perfectly for us. I'm glad she's come back home. We love seeing her. Well, my first time seeing her, but I know that everybody else loves to see her too. Right, now she's being very patient, and I think we're going to be patient too. We've had lots of practice to perfect the patience sort of waiting game that we often have to do when you're with these big cats. Let's go to James and the Mara and look at his beautiful birds. She's probably going to get her breakfast. I'm just going to go back just ever so slightly, not much, just a little bit. There's impala rams walking. Mike, do you want to come behind me? No, I'm saying to Mike if you wanted to come up ahead. They're running straight towards her. Let's watch from here. The impala rams, there's about 4 or 5 of them. There's a big one, there's a couple of youngsters. Please catch one. Come on, girl. I don't think they know that she's there. There's the leopard crawl we were talking about just a moment ago, flat down on the ground. They're coming right towards her. This is amazing. I just saw the ram is about 2 or 3 meters from her. I think she's going to wait for it to walk past. They're just going to sit quietly. Come on, girl, you can do it. Those rams don't want to spend too much time in the thicket. They look like they want to cross out onto the fire break. I can just see a little bit of movement. Now, they're on the move again. See how she's flattening herself, tucking her legs. There's the impala ram. She's going to wait till it turns its back, I think. Now, there's a whole lot more, so I don't know if she's going to wait for them to all get in front of her. Where are the others? You see, the problem is if she races out now and goes for that one that's already crossed the road, she's going to lose her chance. Here comes the next one. That's a big ram that's just crossed out. She's going to lose her chance. And they'll all run away in alarm. So it's almost like what the lions do when they hunt buffalo and they follow the big herds of buffalo around. They go for the ones right at the back that are going to draw less attention to themselves. Now she's going to try and get behind them. There's still more coming. I'm sure I still saw more youngsters, younger impala rams. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat and I'm sure you're all doing exactly the same thing. Come on, Thandi, you can do it. She's obviously got her eye on one. I'm trying to see if I can see some more movement. Come on, girl. It doesn't even look like she's breathing. She's sitting so still, and that's how I feel. I'm also holding my breath. Julia, you've commented and said it's crazy how the impala didn't even see her. It's amazing. So this is just her camouflage again, flattening herself on the ground. She probably just looks like a bit of wood. There's not much wind either. I can't even see a leaf or a blade of grass moving, so she's got that as well. Although I'd prefer it if she had a bit of wind because she maybe could have moved a bit quicker. Thandi, what are you doing? Is there one more in there that we can't see? Sounds like there's some more impala just on the other side of the drainage line again, so maybe they're going to come through following the same pathway that this small group already has. I thought I counted more than just 3 as they were funneling down. There could still be 1. Maybe it's just stopped to feed. Oh, there we go. Have you got something, Safe?
No, I thought she was, but she's relaxing.
Oh, Thandi. She looks like she's slightly disappointed in herself. Girl, you've had a perfect opportunity there. Now, ideally, a leopard wants to get within a meter of its prey before, but they can sort of race over with that distance that she had between them. It wasn't a particularly big one. Now, Ginger, you're wondering if the impala could have smelled her. If they did smell her, they would have reacted. They would have reacted, they would have snorted, they would have stared right at her. They wouldn't have just quickly moved across the road like that. And typically when animals do move through thickets like this, they have to be very cautious. It's just the same as us when we go walking when you're walking safaris. Out in the open, you can be a little bit more casual because you can see what's around you. But when you walk through these thick patches and drainage lines, and we know that there are lots of the big cats or leopards, lions also hunt around these areas. You don't want to hang around in them too long, so they will move quite quickly and into a spot where they feel slightly safer. Just checking to see if I can see any more. I don't know if she is going to chase after those impala. It seems as though she is disappointed. She missed her opportunity there. Ali, however, has gone from hyenas to birds, and she's got a big eagle in a tree. Well, we're going to have to go back and all the way around, I think. Thandi is not... Sorry, I'm just chatting to the guides as we do that. She's just walked off the road. But now the only problem is that we need to try and all go back around that way. I don't know if we've passed Leadwood Road just yet. Where is she? How did she just disappear like that? I think she's gone down. No, come back! Come back! I'm just trying to figure out if we've passed Leadwood Road yet. Let me quickly go along here. She's given up on her search. The impala gave her the slip. I can't believe she missed that. I think we are here at Leadwood Road. Hang on, let me go around. Yes, let me tell Mike. Mike, you can come through this way. Leadwood Road is just up ahead. Sorry, we couldn't figure out how far along we were. Let's see, I think she's going back here. Woo, down we go. Try and figure out where she's going to pop out now. She's somewhere here. Thandi, Thandi, Thandi! Man, girl! Don't go in this property. Come back here. There she is. She's crossing out. I think she's going towards where the other impala were making a bit of noise. She's just marking up against a guarri tree now. Hi, girl. We were rooting for you the whole time. Everybody was sitting on the edge of their seats. What did she see there? She keeps stopping. She definitely does want to catch something. Now that I look at her, she doesn't look very thin. I mean, she has got a slight belly on her, so possibly she's eaten something, maybe in the last 24 hours or so. Not anything too big. Remember, if Tumba has been with her, Tumba will gobble down the last little bits because he'll be a hungry boy. But now she is disappearing into little Gari. And if she does continue going in this way, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to follow her. But we'll stick with her for as long as we can. No, not going that way around. Taking a different route. I think that was slightly obstructed. Maybe some serious thorns and she didn't want to get herself tangled up in them. Just pointing her out to Lex. So, like I said, I heard impala rutting just on the other side, even though it's a bit late for them to be making noise. We saw yesterday how the males were chasing each other around. So there must be a bachelor group or something up here, or maybe even just a breeding herd. She's going to actually walk up and through that pathway where the Tumbuetis are. You see there? I think that's where she's going to go. Straight through that gap. There, she just walked past it through the... You can hear there's lots of birds now chattering about, obviously.